So this movie can go two ways for you. It can either disappoint you really bad or it will leave you truly amazed. And that's because this is a crazy different movie. Now, there are certain directors that without even knowing what the movie's about, you can just go and watch their movie. And recently in the last couple of months, it's been LJP for me. I just run at the occasion I get to watch his movie. He can never disappoint you. And if this movie has disappointed you, I think all you need to do is just watch it again. Or maybe it's just not your genre. But trust me, this movie is worth it. At least that's what I feel. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, then hi, this is The Storyteller. Here we review stories in the form of doodling, and if that's something that excites you, then do not forget to hit the subscribe button down below. And the movie that I've been talking on and on about right now is the movie Churuli, which is directed by Lijo Jose Pellissery and has an amazing star cast of Chemban Vinod, Vinay, Forrt, Jojo and Jaffer Idukki in the lead roles. Okay, so coming to the story and writing of this movie, I would like to bring to your notice that this is an 18+ movie. The writing does involve a lot of foul language used by the characters in this movie, so do keep this in mind when you watch the movie. The movie begins with a small animated story of a monk or a rishi and Marden. Because the Marden is extremely troublesome, the rishi sets out into the jungle to find Marden. But the Marden disguises himself into a ball and gets into the basket that the rishi has and starts giving him directions, leading him to Marden, not knowing that all these directions are given by Marden himself. Marden puts the rishi in an endless loop of his directions, while the rishi still thinks that he's there, going to capture Marden any moment, without really knowing that Marden itself is misguiding him. And this tiny story is exactly the preset of our main movie. The movie is about two police officers who disguises themselves into villagers and tries to capture a criminal by the name Joy, who they feel is hiding in the village surrounded by jungles called Churuli. LJP shows Churuli as a land that's completely filled with mysteries, and to reach there you have to cross a bridge which is made of wooden logs. And this transformation into a mystical land is actually quite beautifully shown. This log or this bridge actually transforms you to a different world, where people and everyone is different. Joy's Churuli actually makes us feel like it's a different land or world by itself. Now, to show that that world is different from the world where we live, that's where the foul language has also been used as a characteristics of the people in that area. He wants to show us that the people over here are bold and unfiltered and they speak whatever they want to. And foul language becomes a medium to do that. This movie is definitely a slow burn thriller, and trust me, there are scenes in this movie where you'll have absolutely no idea what's happening. The endless loop will drive you crazy. You yourself will lose track of time and you'll get really tired of this loop. And yeah, I think it comes to a point where you think that you're also part of this loop, but I think that's the beauty of this movie. I find the entire writing of this movie very, very creative, and it's beautiful on its own. Okay, now let's speak about performances. This movie is led by Vinay, Forrt and Chemban Vinod in the lead roles. I honestly love this duo or this team simply because they were so extremely different from each other. I feel both of them shined very, very well in their individual portions and together as a team, which was absolutely amazing. Jaffer Idukki is someone else that's actually stood out for me, along with Jojo, and a surprise element for you guys. Just watch the movie and figure it out. On par with Vinay, Fortt and Chemban Vinod were all the supporting cast. Absolutely brilliant. Every single person casted in this movie had a beautiful role to play. The people of Churuli is what actually makes this movie so much more lively. The way they look, their stares, the dialogues, they're so different. And honestly, a lot of credit does go to the casting team because I think every single person cast in this movie was absolutely brilliant. If LJP is the brain of this movie, then I would definitely say the technical bits would be the backbone of the movie. The cinematography is the true hero of this movie. I think the way they've captured the shots of the jungle, they've transported us into the village of Churuli with the trees and the leaves and everything around us. Oh my god, we've visually been transported to this beautiful place. The camera angles are so brilliant. There are close-up scenes. There are scenes that's really wide where people are just dots in the scenes, but so beautiful. Trust me, even if the story doesn't work for you, you can easily spend the 2 hours watching the beautiful scenes from this movie. Of course, this beautiful result is also because of the beautiful cuts that's there in this movie. I think editing is also done quite fine. The scenes do have abrupt cuts, but it's done on purpose so that it leaves an impact, which it does all towards the end. Another huge positive that I felt from this movie was the BGM. The music is absolutely brilliant. Because this is a thriller, the creepy BGM adds on so much that it keeps you to the edge of your seats. Overall, I genuinely feel the technical bits are something that you'll really enjoy in this movie. Let's talk about direction. Now, I've read this somewhere that a good movie is one that starts when it ends. And it's true, movies are supposed to stay with you even after it's ended, and LJP is the king of this. And I feel that him as the director deserves a huge round of applause for 2 reasons. One, for taking Malayalam storytelling to a higher level, and 2, he's successful in the risks he takes to a very large extent. Now, this movie is totally focused on the endless loop and of course the Marden story. Now, the actual question is, who is the Rishi and who is the Marden in the story that he's put forward to us? Who is playing with who in this loop? And honestly, I really feel that we've become the Rishi and LGP's become the Marden, pushing us into this endless loop of this movie. But jokes aside, this movie does have a lot of details with respect to time and the endless loop, which I think was absolutely planned so beautifully by LJP. I mean, I know he's the best at what he does, and clearly this movie shows that. This is a movie that genuinely makes you think even after the movie has ended. And like I said before, that is the characteristic of a very good movie. What impresses me is that throughout the movie, he attempts to give us hints. But of course, we don't see it, and none of these hints would make sense until you watch the entire movie. So that's the beauty of the storytelling. I mean, you might literally need to watch the entire movie again to figure all the things out. Now, here are my reasons to watch LJP's Churuli. First and foremost, before that, do make sure you watch this movie with earphones or you watch it in a space where the family is above 18 years of age, because you might regret it if you do not follow this. Now, my reasons would start with cinematography, guys. The cinematography is absolutely amazing. It's a major reason to watch even if you don't follow the story. The second reason would be the music and the amazing cast putting out amazing performances. The third would be direction. The reason why I'm pushing so much for an LJP movie is because I had never watched an LJP movie until you guys recommended it to me in the comment section. I got hooked into one movie of his and just couldn't stop. And today, I just want to do the same to you guys if you've never watched an LJP movie. Lastly, my reason to watch this movie is that you can draw up your own conclusions, and there are so many conclusions to this movie. Now, when a movie lets you draw your own conclusions, isn't that a sign of good storytelling? I truly enjoyed this movie, and for this movie, I'd give 4.5 stars out of 5. Watch this movie without expectations, and it might blow you. What are your conclusions to this movie? I really want to know what your theories are of this movie. Comment below and let me know. And with that, I'm going to wrap up my thoughts about Churuli. If you like this video, do not forget to hit the subscribe button. And thank you so much for your time for watching this video. I'll see you guys really soon with lots of love. It's your storyteller. Bye.